Hi, I'm James with Epilog Laser. Thanks for joining us today. So for today's sample club, I've designed 3 different sets of designs that you can engrave on Cork coasters. Now these are a great product to engrave because Cork engraves very nicely with the CO2 laser. You get a nice dark mark when it's engraved, and it's a very inexpensive product to engrave as well. Now you can customize these for all types of different events. But what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how you can take our files, download them, and create them. We'll show you how to set up the files, how to create a jig for it, and we'll even walk through some different ways that you can customize your own designs for events. Let's go ahead and get started. You're going to start out by downloading the file, either from the link in our YouTube description or on our sample club page. When you open the file, you'll see there's 3 different file types: Illustrator, CorelDRAW, and SVG file. So you can use this in a variety of different graphic software packages. Once you open the file, you'll see there's 2 parts of the file. The first is going to be a jig we've created that's set up for a 24 by 12 inch table, and this will let you engrave up to 14 coasters at a time. And then the different designs that we've put together. We've got a set of coasters with an Art Deco look for different cocktails, a mid-mod kind of design for mountain scenes, and then a wildlife design as well. So you've got a variety of different coasters you can create from these files. So next what we're going to do is create that jig. Now what the jig's going to allow you to do is cut it out one time and always be able to perfectly position your artwork whenever you want to run this file. Now you can see here we've got 2 different colors on the jig. The first is going to be a red, and this is going to be for the entire outside of the coaster itself. And then the green circle inside is for the rim, so we see how much engraving area we have as well. So all we're really going to be doing here is cutting out any red areas. We've also added a little arrow up here, which I like to do whenever I create a jig. And this is going to allow us to be able to make sure that the operator knows how to position that jig within the lasered bed whenever you want to run it. Let's go ahead and select that whole file and print that. And then we're going to choose the Epilog Engraver as our printer and do selection only. And we'll click print, and that's going to open this up in our laser dashboard where we can set up all of our settings for the laser. Now once that file opens up within our laser dashboard, you're going to see the camera view here as well as our color separated pieces. We've got the green and the red. Now we're going to be cutting this out on task board. Now this is one of my favorite materials for creating a jig because it's a nice mat board type material. It'll hold the pieces steady, and it's very inexpensive to use. So for the green, we're just going to go ahead and turn off that process because that's that intersection that just shows what we want, where we can engrave. And then for the red, which we actually want to cut, I'm just going to import my cutting settings, and I'll do a mat board cutting. Now I'm running this on a 60-watt Fusion Edge system. So I'm using about 30% speed, 30% power, and 50% frequency. And that frequency is going to be how often the laser is actually firing, and that's going to give us a nice edge to this piece. We'll go ahead and click print, send that over to laser, and start it cutting. Now that we've sent the file to laser, all we need to do is click on the focus button, and then click the autofocus. And that's going to set this table to the right height for the cutting. Now we can select the file and click start, and it'll start cutting. Now that it's finished, we can go ahead and just remove this from the table and remove those extra pieces. And once we have those out of the way, we're going to be ready to put our jig back in. So we'll just get these all out of the way here. Drop that back in that top left corner, push it all the way up. And then we can place all of our pieces in. Now the most important thing here is that it has a really tight fit, so you may want to cut one circle first just to make sure that your settings are perfect for this. Then we can get all of these set up and ready to start engraving. So now with the jig cut out, we're ready to set up our graphics. Now these ones that are circles are very simple. We're just going to go ahead and select each one that we want to do, hold down our shift key and select that circle we want to put it into, and we'll just align that to the center of it. We'll just continue that with each of these. Now, some of these other ones are not perfect circles, but what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've created a hidden circle behind it, which will allow us to actually center that perfectly just as we want it to. So we can select each of those and do the same thing. And now we'll do that with our last set as well. Now, once we've got everything positioned, I'm just going to go ahead and select each of my graphics. And print that. And I'll choose selection only. We can see we've just got the parts that we want to engrave, and print that and send that over to the Epilog dashboard. So once the files come in, we can see that everything is lined up. We know it's going to be perfectly aligned because we're using that same jig file. So all I need to do is import my settings, and I'm going to use Cork engraving here. We're doing this on a 60-watt Fusion Edge. So I like 300 DPI on something like this. On Cork, you could use a higher DPI, but really what's going to happen is it's just going to take a lot more time. We don't have a really detailed image here, and 300 is going to be fine on our laser. 100% speed, so full speed on that, 40% power, and I'll just set that to bottom to top engraving and click print. Let's go see how it comes out. So we'll go ahead and select that file, start up engraving. So now we've got 3 really great sets of different designs of coasters. Now these are a great product to sell, but if you really want to look at having quantities that you sell at a time, you want to take a look at events. Now this could be for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, corporate events, anything where you could sell 50 or 100 of these at a time. Now when you're using the Epilog Laser, these are very fast to engrave at less than 1 minute a piece when you're filling up that whole table, so you can move through that order very quickly. Now one thing to keep in mind too is the type of coaster that you actually are engraving. Today we were doing the ones with a nice rim around it, and it gives a very nice finished look to it compared to a flat piece. So definitely a really nice look for a small increase in the cost. Now, the more custom you can make these coasters, the more you can increase the value as well to the customer. So definitely keep that in mind so you could add a lot of customization with names or anything else. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, the tips we gave, as well as the files that we designed that you can engrave with the laser. If you did so, be sure to leave a comment and let us know, and like the video. If you haven't already done so, subscribe so you find out when the latest videos are coming out from Epilog Laser. If you'd like to find out more about Epilog Laser, click the link in our description, fill out the form at our website, and we'll be in touch so you can see how an Epilog Laser can do a great job engraving all types of products for you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.